I wanted to show this interesting vintage piece.
Yeah, show that piece.
So I was digging, and I swear I thought this was a clown Halloween costume before I pulled it out.
It's Dorinda Clark Cole, DRC, Dorinda Clark Cole, the Rose Collection.
Look at this thing. This is a top with some kind of a weird piece that hangs down the front of your pants. You guys are not even going to believe what this sells for. Look at this thing. Oh, I can barely even get it in the camera. $100, and it has a really, really good sell-through rate. I couldn't believe it. Ken couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised by that, but you know, if it's a little bit colorful, some people call it ugly. We don't, because we're very colorful people. But yeah, if it kind of throws you off, always look it up.
Hi, I'm Erica.
And I'm Ken.
And we're Dimension the Dot.
Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to talk about a Goodwill bins haul. We were there yesterday from 8:45 to 7 p.m. We got our 51-pound goal, and we're going to show you some of the highlights of the items that we were able to purchase in our all-day venture, because we shot a 1 hour video
of the haul, and we weren't recording the whole time. So now we're redoing it, but we're just going to give you the highlights this time. You know, technical things
do occur. So we got a bunch of Granny Core sweaters. I'm going to show you a few of them quickly, and then I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of information about them. Look how cool this one is. Good God, these are awesome. And this bad boy. Wow. Now, what I'm going to tell you about Granny Core is you got to be very careful to search the label and the tags. Like, say, for example, this one says Northern Isles. And Northern Isles, especially when it's knitted by hand, has a pretty good sell-through rate. So I would pick up Northern Isles. But there are a bunch of other brands that look very similar to this, but will never sell on eBay. So I just say proceed with caution. These are fun. These are cool. A lot of them sell for really good money, but don't just pick up anything that looks like that. If you're seeing our channel and you're like, oh my God, I saw Ken and Erica pick up a sweater that looked just like this, and they say it sells for 40 bucks. Check the sold comps, because there's some brands that will fool you.
Like, I'm going to show you.
There's some Karen Scotts out there that you'll never be able to sell.
And I'm going to show you an example of that. And the only reason we picked it up is because it was new old stock with the tags. Now this brand,
and it was actually a special version of it.
A special version. It was hand embroidered, but it's Susan Bristol, and it's wool and lamb's wool. Here's the tag on that, if you can see it.
So generally, don't pick up Susan Bristol.
But this is like an example. Like, wow, it looks the same. It's hand knitted. It's embroidered. It's all of that. But what happens is it doesn't have a really good sell-through rate. But because it was new with tags, and because it was hand knitted,
yeah, because it had this hand embroidered tag on it. Not that we guessed that it was hand embroidered, but it actually says hand embroidered on it. It gives us a little bit more chance to sell that one.
And it's also, here's the other part, is it's lamb's wool and Angora.
Yes.
So that also.
A lot of keywords that might help us sell it. This is a cool piece. We've picked up this item before. It's a novelty shirt from, I think, the 80s and 90s. Different brands sell it, but they sell for about
Cozumel, Mexico.
25 bucks.
Oh, and we do have 2 Yorkies, and they're very nosy, so this is Cozy here. I guess he wanted to be a part of the second video.
Yeah.
Stop licking here.
Something I found that I don't normally pick up were these really cool sneakers. These are James Harden's Boost, and they got really cool like doves and flowers on them. We don't normally go for the sneakers because it's very competitive at the bins.
Ooh.
And we don't want to leave with only one arm. But today, these just fell in my lap. They were kind of under a big stack of clothes, so I was like, cool, let's grab those.
So, speaking of sweaters, check out this vintage 80s sweater here. Look at the colorway on this. Now, this is a ski brand, and it's called Obermeyer.
Yeah, vintage Obermeyer, cool 80s colors.
So cool. So this is definitely going to sell for us.
Also found a ton of boots. These happen to be a brand I've never found before. They're called Olaf because they're made from Olaf, Kansas. Good sell-through rate. These aren't exotic. We find a lot of boots that kind of are like lizard skin, ostrich, quill, but these are just your standard calf skin. And they'll probably sell for about $50-$60. I also found...
I was going to show. Speaking of boots, these are boots to look out for. Now, because we're in the Houston area, I do want to give this disclosure. Because we are in the Houston area, we find a lot of boots. And we do purchase 51 pounds because the price goes down per pound once you buy over 51 pounds. It's $1.99 a pound. People leave these all the time because of the weight. Not everybody's purchasing 51 pounds. Now, these are about 3 pounds, so we paid about $6, but they're going to sell from anywhere from like 50 to what, 100?
Those are probably going to be $60.
$60 boots.
But some corrals are worth a little bit more.
Depending on the embellishment, but they're called corral. And so be on the lookout for these because we can't keep them in our store. I literally sell probably a pair of these every week.
Yeah.
I just sold a pair.
We find a pair a week, we sell a pair a week.
Right.
These are Margaret J's. They're also Western boots. It looks like Margaret J is a brand that makes boots that are not just Western. These are just Western style. And so they may not be like real Western boots, but they're cool. And they have a good sell-through rate. Never found this brand before, but I was happy to find it. They're kind of lightweight for Western boots, probably weigh like 2 pounds. And we'll probably get $40-$50. Okay,
and then I found, some of the guys there were a little jealous that I found this. I found an H-Town Wall jersey, Nike jersey. Now, I don't know if this is a Paul Wall jersey or if it's some kind of a sports. I don't know much about sports, but I found that one. And I found another. What's this one? That's
a Westbrook jersey.
Yeah, this
Houston
is a Westbrook.
Rockets.
This is a Rockets jersey, Nike as well. So those are good finds. Lightweight. Gonna make probably like $25-$30 on those. So that's an awesome find.
We sell a lot of jeans. We found 2 pairs. She's got a gray pair of Polo Ralph Lauren jeans, which sell pretty good for us. We usually get about $20 a pop for them. Also got a pair of Ariat, which is one of our favorite jeans to find. Ariat. Because we find them all the time here in Houston, and they sell a little bit. We get a little bit more of a premium price, maybe closer to $30 plus ship for our Ariat jeans.
Now, if you really want to find some jeans, look out for Rock and Revival men's. Those sell for good money.
Yeah, a little bit harder to find, but we pick them up occasionally. I got some cinch jeans. These are embroidered pockets. Usually when we find a cinch, they're more of the vintage cinch. And they sell for us pretty quick. So I was excited to find these ones with the embroidered pocket, more of a newer style. And I think those will get like $25 for those. And then we also got some overalls.
Yep, we did. Overalls. Be on the lookout for overalls. They sell.
These are vintage Y2K silver overalls. I believe they're men's. They're size 32. And it doesn't matter if it's men's or women's. If they're fashion overalls or if they're more like actually for like working out there inside the yard, they sell good. Always check the sell-through rates on overalls. Because generally, even with brands like Old Navy, which Erica found a pair of Old Navy maternity overalls.
I don't know where they are right now.
Those sell for pretty good money, $25.
Right.
So we don't like Old Navy generally, but when it comes to overalls, we'll pick them up.
Okay, and then I found Karl Lagerfeld beautiful tweed, like blaze, I don't know, jacket with the embroidered and pearls. It's got pearl detail. Now, designer doesn't always sell fast, but it does sell for good money. And so we don't mind holding on to designer pieces like this. We just put them in the closet and just kind of wait because it's a big sale. So that's where we don't follow our rule of the sell-through rate.
Yeah, we're very strong on having items that have at least a 30% sell-through rate. But if we can get $50 or more, and it still looks like they'll sell, but maybe has a 20% sell-through rate, like the Karl Lagerfeld tweed jacket, which might improve when we hit the fall-winter months.
Right.
Then we'll pick it up because we're a little bit more patient when it comes to bigger ticket items. Now, Torrid has been a brand that's been slipping for us. This is a Torrid swimsuit. With some brands, we've had to either not sell them at all, like Columbia, or we have to be very selective, like Torrid. And we used to sell anything Torrid, but the jeans now, we're having a very hard time getting more than $15 plus ship. It's usually closer to 10.
Right.
I think the market's oversaturated unless they're like almost brand new or new with tags or highly embellished. They just don't sell for what they used to. But what I did find is these Torrid swimsuits have almost 100% sell-through rate, and they sell for about $25 on average. So be on the lookout for those.
Also, when you're looking at Torrid, here's something. Don't pick up things that are a 0. That's their the sizing in Torrid goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. So you don't want to pick up 0, or
at least be careful with it.
Yeah, look it up. Especially type in the size next to the item, like put 0, because the bigger sizes sell better. So we try to follow the rule of thumb to pick up a 2 or larger.
Yeah,
and that's just some advice to follow.
I mean, if it's a basic item and it's not 2 or larger, we throw it back. But if it's like, wow, this is a really cool piece, and it happens to be a 0 or a 1,
we take it.
We might take it. We'll look it up.
Okay, I wanted to show this interesting vintage piece.
Yeah, show that piece.
I gotta be careful not to get the tag off. Okay, so I was digging, and I swear I thought this was a clown Halloween costume before I pulled it out. It is. What is it? Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a difficult one. It's Dorinda Clark Cole. DRC, Dorinda Clark Cole, the Rose Collection.
Look at this thing. This is a top with some kind of a weird piece that hangs down the front of your pants. But I found it new with tags, and I'm like, what is this thing? Here's the tag. So, you guys are not even going to believe what this sells for. Look at this thing. Oh, I can barely even get it in the camera. $100, and it has a really, really good sell-through rate. I couldn't believe it. Ken couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised by that, but if it's a little bit colorful, some people call it ugly. We don't, because we're very colorful people. But yeah, if it kind of throws you off, always look it up, because it's that highly embellished and colorful items that sometimes demand
well, and a rule of thumb
prices.
Also, sorry to cut you off there, a rule of thumb also is ugly sells.
Right, that's what I was saying. Like, you could call it, some might say it's ugly. I tend to like that sort of stuff. And you, with your Italian blood, also tend to like the highly embellished items. I found a couple of flannel shirts. One, the brand is Prana. We learned this brand from Thrift to Life. Follow him on YouTube if you don't already. Very informative, has a men's manifesto, shows you a bunch of brands that sell for good money. And I've never found a Prana flannel before, although we picked up a few pairs of Prana pants, and they always sell for us. So I was happy to find that one. And then the other brand I found is Johnston & Murphy. I usually find Johnston & Murphy, you're not going to see it over there, but y'all probably have heard of this brand because they sell a lot. They're big in dress shoes. So we sell a lot of Johnston & Murphy dress shoes, but I've noticed lately that the sell-through rate on some of their clothing is pretty good too, so we're starting to pick that up as well. This one's cool because it has these cool patches on the elbows.
Okay, and then the next thing we found is a vintage
Pendleton.
And this is actually, it's like a wool jacket. So it's got pockets. It's got this green plaid colorway from the 70s. And that's what that tag looks like. Now this is going to go for about
$70, I think.
$70 or so. So be on the lookout for this. Also, when you're picking up wool, especially at the bins, if I could give you any advice on that, look it over. Wool, cashmere, any of that stuff. Get it in your cart. Go to the side of the store and look over it, because wool, old wool and things like that tends to have holes in it, and if you miss it and you bring it home, it has to go in the trash because nobody really wants it. So that's like the rule of thumb that we use, and I would recommend anyone doing that. The same goes with silk.
Yeah, I mean, will we try to sell it if it's got a little hole in the armpit? Sure, we just sold a cashmere sweater that had 2 little holes, but it was called Skull Cashmere, and it was a desirable brand. We got a lot less money for it though. So especially if you're paying up for items, definitely check for holes. Now, in terms of clothing, I think that's the highlights. That's what I want to show you today. But there is a couple of hard good items that I want to show you. Erica found 2 of these new in box Wi-Fi extenders. And I think I'm going to sell these together inside a lot, because usually when people want to extend their Wi-Fi, having a couple of these kind of helps them with their setup. So I'm gonna try to sell 2 for $30-40. And then one other item that was really cool that I found.
This is so interesting.
I saw this inside the bins, and I just saw a container. I was like, what is that? Is it sewing kit, toys? What do we got there? And I picked it up, and it was full of doll clothes, right? But when I start to search through the doll clothes, I actually found a doll. Now, she's missing her head, but her head's right here. It actually connects with the hook, so I don't think it's broken. But the brand on this doll is called MME Alexander. Definitely be on the lookout for MME Alexander, because this doll alone is probably an $80 doll. But with all of these accessories, and I'm telling you, there's probably 20 dresses, and then there's another container right here. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, see inside here, there's a bunch of shoes.
Oh.
Oop, I think I dropped one. I dropped a high heel.
Well, I got it before our dog gets it.
So
here, I'll show you the little high heel.
I'm gonna put this on auction. I'm gonna start it at a couple of $100, I think, and I think we'll do very well on that. So you never know what you're gonna find at the bins. And Erica's gonna grab another item to show you, but I got one more thing I'll show you while she grabs that. We found a bunch of these record albums. And we pay 50 cents a record album at the bins. And they're full of 78 RPM records. And I found about 10 of these. And I found a Muddy Waters. I didn't search through all of them yet, but right off the gate I saw some cool promo records, and I found a Muddy Waters.
This is going to be it.
So I'm really excited about those. But without further ado, definitely the weirdest thing that we found. This is the
weirdest thing, but I had to hide it in the back bedroom because my Yorkies are going to want to get it, and they're trying already.
Oh yeah, he is excited for this.
Okay, so this, you're never going to believe this. You see this doll right here? Look at this doll. So, I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube or anything. I don't want to get in trouble, taken down. But underneath the clothes, we have to take the clothes off when we find dolls to
check brand.
For markings or brand. So when you pull down the pants on this doll, it has a penis and testicles. It's an
anatomically correct doll.
And these go for quite a bit of money. And it's kind of interesting, just an interesting little thing to have. And he even has like a belly button.
Yeah, it definitely is kind of like a Cabbage Patch style doll. So I imagine it was made during the same maybe 80s, 90s when those were popular.
I think it might be older because of the diapers that are on it, but it actually has diapers on also. So don't be afraid to...
Maybe the diaper's older, but I'm pretty sure the Cabbage Patch dolls came out around the 80s, right? Isn't that when there was the huge thing?
I think so, yes. But don't be afraid to like pick up a weird doll and look at it and stuff. Just like Ken picked up that weird case, because you never know the kind of money that's going into that. And what did you say that you were going to auction that off for your doll?
I'm going to start it off at $200 for the whole case and all the accessories and everything. I think that $200 is a fair price to start it off at. Yeah.
So I need to put... I'm sorry, you guys. I will be right back because as you can see, he's trying to bite it. No.
So I hope y'all enjoyed the haul that we had, the highlights of the haul that we did yesterday. And now it's time for me to separate all these items and get them photographed for our listers to put up this week. And that's the fun thing about having a team, is we're able to move to get all this inventory and plus more. We're gonna have to go sourcing later this week. We're able to get it up right away in our stores. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that process later.
In another video, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for taking the time to watch it. If you like our content and you like more content like this, we're going to be putting out videos every week. And, leave us a comment. Let us know what you look for. Let us know what you sell. If you have any tips or tricks for us, we're happy to hear it. Leave it down in the comments. Also, subscribe, like our channel, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Absolutely.